Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video. Today we got a little bit of a playoff preview for you guys, as we're going to be talking about the Edmonton Oilers, as we're going to be going up against the Los Angeles Kings. As this series, I gotta say, it's going to be pretty fun to watch. I think as Oilers fans, I think we're all pretty excited to see this team be in the playoffs, and for the first time we don't have to deal with Dave Tippett coaching our team heading into this playoff run, where I hope that we could actually win a playoff series. So before we get into all divulging into this series and picking apart who's going to win, what's going to happen, I'd like to just say, if you are new to the channel, make sure to smash that subscribe button and hit that like button as well, as we got tons of great content coming up. As you guys seen just the other day, we did some predictions, we got tons of live streams. We're going to be live for the next 4 days in a row, for crying out loud here, boys. So if you haven't already, smash the like button. Let's get that algorithm going a little bit. Let's grow this channel as much as we can. So let's get into this bad boy. Now, if we look at the season series between the Edmonton Oilers and the Los Angeles Kings, the Oilers took the victory this year, as we were 3-1 against the LA Kings, only having one loss where we lost 5-1, and we relatively played pretty good against the Kings every time we did. You know, it was 1-goal games, especially when Jay Woodcroft 4-3 victory in shootout, and in our last game against them was 3-2 against the LA Kings not that long ago as well. So honestly, we played really good against the Kings. We were able to shut down their offense. Now, the one thing that they do generate a lot of is a lot of shots, and I think that's the reason why they do really good on their expected goals for, but are never able to pot anything in the back of the net, because they shoot the puck a lot and they get a lot of chances. It's just they're never able to finish their opportunities, unlike the Edmonton Oilers, who do generate a lot of opportunities but pot almost all their chances. And especially it's been like that since Evander Kane has jumped into the team. Yamamoto's been getting himself going a little bit, and then you have McDavid and Draisaitl and Hyman. You have so many guys that have been able to finish and have been able to do really good for the Edmonton Oilers, and it's really going to be a big thing for the LA Kings to get their guys like Kempe and Kopitar going big time, and Anthony Ciu and a lot of their younger guys, and they're going to be asking for their younger guys to really step up and play huge. Not even just that, Dano and Arvidsson, I think, are going to be big pieces for the LA Kings going up against the Edmonton Oilers here in the first round of action. Dano, great defensive guy. He's really going to be a pivotal part for the LA Kings, I feel, here in this first round. He's going to be able to be a guy that can shut down either Draisaitl or McDavid. He's done it before when the Montreal Canadiens went up against the Toronto Maple Leafs a year back, where Dano was just one of the best defensive forwards, I gotta say, during that playoff run. He did a really good job of shutting down a lot of the top performers, and LA Kings got two of those guys in Kopitar and Dano. And I think for the Kings, for a big thing of their success in this round is if they're able to shut down both McDavid and Draisaitl throughout this entire series. That is a big deciding point for this team. Because of the fact that they don't have Drew Doughty, it's going to weaken them, I think, a bit defensively, especially without Drew Doughty, who was playing absolutely amazing this year. Without him in the lineup, you know, you're going to have to rely a lot more on Edler and Anderson and, you know, Sean Durzi, who's been playing a lot more minutes and he's been doing good. But you're going to have to rely on those guys that might not be ready to take enough of those minutes, right? I mean, Mikey Anderson was playing up with Drew Doughty, but Drew Doughty is a big guy to miss, especially when you're heading into a first round where you're going to have to deal with McDavid and Draisaitl on the same team. For the Edmonton Oilers, you just got to find ways to score, and you got to find a way to play really well defensively. We all know that Edmonton's 5-on-5 goals against is absolutely horrendous, and compared to what the LA Kings are, the LA Kings is a mile ahead better defensively than what we are. And that is a big thing for the Oilers. They got to really shorten up their defensive, and they have been. They've been a lot better. Their defensive numbers have massively improved since since Jay Woodcroft has become the head coach for the Edmonton Oilers. So I think for a big thing for the Edmonton Oilers is they definitely need to keep that offense going and continue to pot goals in the back of the net. They're a better team offensively than the LA Kings. Now, sure, the LA Kings will be a lot better defensively than the Edmonton Oilers, but without the fact that they don't have Drew Doughty in the lineup right now, and the Oilers have been massively improving themselves defensively, I do give the edge a little bit to the Oilers, not on the defensive side, but in the series. I feel like the Edmonton Oilers, just with the leadership that they have right now and the way that our team is built, I feel like we have a slight edge over the LA Kings. With the Kings, they have a really young team and a lot of guys that weren't able to finish a lot of their opportunities. On Jay Fresh's analytic page, the LA Kings were 32nd, dead last in finishing ability throughout the entire year compared to the Oilers, which were 20th. They're still not amazing at being able to finish their chances, but still, they're a lot better than what the LA Kings are. And you look at the LA Kings' lineup, their top six is pretty good. You got Trevor Morrow, you got Dano, you got Dustin Brown back in the lineup as well, which will be a pretty big guy heading into the playoffs. But then for depth, Lazat only had 24 points. Anthony Ciu was pretty good this year, but how well will he do going into the playoffs? Kiliev was really good, but he wasn't a big point producer. Byfield as well, and same with Grunstrom. So you're asking for a lot out of those younger guys, or it depends on if Lemieux or Velarde or one of those guys are going to jump themselves into the lineup as well. I guess we'll have to see, but the young talent for the LA Kings is really going to have to step up big time against the Edmonton Oilers if they're really going to want to win this series. So now, what is my predictions for this series and what's going to happen between these two teams? Now, I am choosing the Edmonton Oilers to win in 6, mostly because of the offensive dominance the Oilers are going to bring. The offensive dominance, we've seen it in past playoffs. Now, sure, not in the past 2 years, but when we made it back in 2016-17, we were able to see McDavid and Draisaitl absolutely pop off in the playoffs. Now, with a new head coach and Jay Woodcroft and the way that we've been playing way better with them, that is going to be a big thing here for the Edmonton Oilers. And I even think with Mike Smith playing really hot, and that's another fact that we didn't get into as well, it's going to be Smith versus Quick. Two goalies that have been red hot coming into this upcoming playoffs, and it's going to be exciting to see those two goalies face off against each other. And honestly, I see it right now as a deadlock between those two goalies. Mike Smith was 9-0. He had like near 940 save percentage, and same with Quick. Quick has been absolutely amazing over his last 5 games, posting nice save percentage of 950 as well, and he's been phenomenal for the LA Kings here in the past recent bit. So the goalies are going to be at a deadlock, and they're going to be it's going to be a crazy battle to say the least, but I still do give it to the Edmonton Oilers. I think even with the improved fact that we've been improving ourselves defensively, I think we will take it up hopefully another step against the LA Kings. So I'm going to choose the Oilers in 6. Now, the only reason why I didn't see it at 7 is because I feel like the Oilers do have that little bit of that upper hand in this series, like I was saying, especially with their offensive dominance and especially with a little bit of a better depth than the LA Kings. And I'm going to definitely be choosing the Oilers in this situation. I think Smith hopefully will be able to pop off here in this first round against the LA Kings. But honestly, you could see the same about the LA Kings. Maybe Smith does falter and Quick steps up massively, and the Kings' defense and Dano, Kopitar, and their very young decor is able to step up massively and beat the Edmonton Oilers. But I do truly believe that the Edmonton Oilers will be able to win this first round against the Kings, and I'll be taking them in 6. Now, tell me guys in the comment section below what you guys thought, and let me guys know who you guys think is going to win this series. What's your predictions? Who's going to be the big performer for the Edmonton Oilers, and all that in the comment section below as we get ready for Game 1 between the Edmonton Oilers as they go up against the LA Kings at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and I'll be live for that, boys. So, 7 p.m. PST, not Mountain Standard Time, 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 7 p.m. PST for me. So for right now, guys, I'm going to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching, boys, and I will see you guys all in the next one. Adios, amigos.